Ryan, our security person, is reviewing moments, which are collections of high-value items which have exited their established departments. I see the last known department for each moment, other representatives of the store that are following each moment, and when the last event took place. With each card, I can do one of three things. Click on the card to see the details of that moment, message someone about it, or follow it. Here, I'm going to click on this top card, which no one is following, to see its details. Once I'm inside, I see the history of the events contained within the moment, starting from when the first tagged item left its designated department. You can see what department signaled the event, how long ago it occurred, and how many items were a part of that event. I can see from its history that a high-value item left the electronics department to initiate the moment. I'm going to follow this moment to be notified of any changes that may occur. This action is reflected on the card and recorded in its history to inform others on my team. I'm now looking to learn more about this moment to understand who was involved and those items that we're tracking. First, I'll take a look at the Media tab, where I can flip through the photos to identify the subject, seeing the department and timestamp on each photo. Each department records the exit event with a photo when a tagged item crosses its boundary, except for high-risk areas like a fitting room or restroom, which are flagged to record both entry and exit photos. While I've been browsing, the subject continues to move and has now triggered a new event. I see this as a new colored bullet added to the media timeline, and can swipe over to view that photo. The subject is entering a high-risk area, so I want to inform those in that area of this activity. I do that with a quick message. The application is smart enough to understand that since the high-risk items are currently in the fitting room, I'm most likely interested in communicating with those in that department, placing it at the top of the list. Selecting the fitting room from the list of departments shows me those either in or assigned to that department. In this case, I want to make everyone aware of the moment, so I'll select all and tap Next. Here I'm presented with a list of canned messages that I can quickly tap and go, or I can enter my own custom message with the text box at the bottom of the screen. I want them to watch this moment, so I tap that and send it. I'm returned to where I initiated my message. If I return to the history, you'll see the request I just sent to the fitting room staffers, and now the acceptance of that request as well. At this point, the system has detected that 3 of the items have left the fitting room. This alerts the fitting room attendant who was watching the event to take action. Switching over to her view of the moment, she's currently in the Items tab, looking over the list of things brought into the fitting room. From the look of the list, all the items other than the watch have passed into the sportswear department. She checks the changing room the subject was in to identify if any items have been left behind, and finds the empty watch box opened and on the bench of the changing room. From the items list, she immediately raises the risk of that item on the list with a quick tap. At this point, she can choose to add a comment or take a photo. Tapping the photo icon brings up the camera, where she is able to document and share the open box photo with others. Back with our original security person, Ryan, he sees that the risk has been raised on the watch and that the photo was shared as well. He's got confirmation of a high-risk item being tampered with, so he quickly messages someone on the floor to make contact with the subject, to ask if they need assistance with anything. We see the accepted request in the timeline, as well as tagged items entering or exiting geofenced areas. We see that 3 items have made their way to the checkout aisle, and as each tag is retired, we can see their status change at the item level screen. We've tracked the activities of these items and been able to effectively communicate as a team, and in the process, document the moment for use in training or to print out for the authorities.